Yo,
to.
all I hear you saying is fuck all y'all. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. What are you mad at?
This is, of course, I was just talking about this. Give it up for my man Ludacris. He's here. What I was saying is this. I told them straight up. I said, listen, I'll talk to you guys until Luda gets here. When Luda get here, fuck all y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. That's it.
You can't say that, man. These are your fans. These are your followers. These are your people. You can't say fuck all y'all. Scoop, come on, man.
No. They know me, so they enjoy that. They say they take the, when I tell them fuck you, it's almost like I'm saying thank you, but just saying fuck you.
I get
that. How you feeling, man?
What's
going on with you? Talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great right now, man. I'm at the crib. There's a party going on upstairs for one of the kids, man, and you know we just doing the best we can during these times. That's literally what we trying to do. We out here surviving.
Do you if you partying and all that shit, do you even feel like this is coronavirus or it's just like a long extended vacation at home for you?
Well, it was different, you know, a month ago. And I think over the last week to 2 weeks, people have been respectfully exercising the new conditions of quarantine, which keeping a certain distance away from each other. People still got masks on. People are outside, so it's not inside. So, yeah, I mean, you know, slowly adjusting to the new world and the new life and how things are going to be, and just understanding that this is the world has changed. Like it's never going back to the way that it was, period. This is a permanent change, 100%.
Well, you know, because you travel like me. In Asia, it's nothing for people to wear a mask on the plane. It's nothing for people to wear masks in the club. 30% of the club in China wears masks. We're just gonna learn about the Asian culture. Hold on 1 second, Luda. You are 4 minutes late. You're 4 minutes late. You're 4 minutes late.
I need to get on. I need to get like you, man. I need to get on my people like that, bro. I'm slacking. I'm slacking. I love how you staying bossed up and how you tell. I love it. Come on.
See, here's the thing. I told her she could come. She could go to Dunkin' Donuts. She had to be back in 15 minutes. And I hit 15 minutes.
She's not respecting the code. She's not respecting the code.
Ludacris said you're not respecting the code and respect your father. Well, he said he's gonna get you shot.
Hey, I didn't say that. No, don't say that. People like to run.
Y'all out of pocket. Y'all out of pocket.
Listen, is my car in good shape?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I care about. Go downstairs. Thank you. I love you. All right, go ahead. Go and drink your Dunkin' Donuts.
But crazy what you said though. I traveled, like before this, obviously I traveled all the time, and you would always see people wearing masks, you know, like the people that from the Asian culture and that live over in Asia, whenever they're traveling internationally, it was a rule. Like this is something they've always done. Mm-hmm. So they've been on protecting themselves and making sure that they good all time.
That's just the way it is. So we just have to get used to that culture. All right, so let's start here, man. How did you start out in the business for people who don't know?
For people who don't know, I've been rapping since I was 9 years old, bro. And I got my first break probably around 10 years later when I was working at this radio station here in Atlanta, Georgia. That's now 107.9. And it's crazy because I went to the radio station, never wanted to be a personality because a lot of people think that I just started in radio, but I went up there as a rapper and had a whole means to an end. I was like, all these rappers and all these producers gonna come to this radio station, so then I'll be able to play in my music. And it worked, Scoop. Like, if you think about it, it took 3 or 4 years for me to get on, but I was able to meet Jermaine Dupri, Organized Noise, Timbaland. And that's how Fat Rabbit came about and all this. And I started making money at the radio station in cash and started pouring that back into my own demo, and then recorded the album Incognito, which later pretty much became Back for the First Time. And that's why we're here talking, because 20-year anniversary will be October for Back for the First Time, bro.
So I walk into the radio station, and this guy, Chris Lover, comes to me, and he's like, Fatman, Scoop, what's going on? I know him from radio because I'm on radio in New York. I'm making records, though, as Fatman Scoop now, but I run into this guy, Chris Lover. He's on the radio. He says, listen, I got a record. It's called It's My Fantasy. And he gives me the white label of that record. I immediately go home and play the record. I say, okay. I call him back. I say, yo, I'm going to play your record. I got it. I'm going to play it at Hot 97, and I'm going to play it on my syndicated radio show. 20 years later, we here with Ludacris.
Hey, man, listen. And it's crazy because it seems like yesterday, but I'm glad I actually got to do this with you because obviously I'm sure you saw Versuz. We'll probably talk about it later. But while I'm on here, let me just give you your props and your flowers as well, man. You might have been in there, but I don't know if I shouted you out. I ain't see you in the comments, but just your contribution to hip hop and being a loudmouth motherfucker that always gets heard because you speak the truth. And if you are in a room and you start talking, everybody else has to shut the fuck up because there's certain people like myself and yourself, our voices carry so much power and so much just attention that we got to be careful what we say, but at the same time, whenever we talk, it's very potent. And that goes for records you've been on that you've accentuated and taken to a whole nother level, and everything you've just done, not only in New York, but around the world in terms of influencing a lot of other hype men and DJs and just artists and producers all together. Fatman Scoop, everybody give him a round of applause. I need to see hands clapping in the comment section right now. Straight from Ludacris Heart for supporting me since day one, motherfucker. Yeah.
Now let me tell you, people, that is you right now. You're watching two radio people talk to each other. So he just hit me with the Radio 101 the same way he hit Nelly. He hit Nelly with the same Radio 101. I noticed that, like, when everything broke down in the battle, because you have radio training, you were able to take it and put it in the other direction. What was it, just natural, or was it that radio training?
Man, I definitely would say that it has something to do with that radio training because once you do that shit, it kind of prepares you for life to be in any situation. You on live on a radio station and you got millions of people listening at any given moment. So it's almost like you kind of know how to improvise. You know what I'm saying? And it's like riding a bike. It's within me at this point, even though I haven't done it in almost 2 decades. Like, bro, it's always going to be a part of who I am and how I project my personality and voice the same way you do.
What people don't know is Luda could probably go right now and do a late night show. He could go and do a radio show. He could do anything with television because once you've done radio, you know how to do the beats. You know how to wrap it up in a certain amount of time. You know how to do this or hit the post, which is when the song comes in. You gotta make sure you talk right as the song comes in, and that's just what radio is about. When you did the battle on Versuz, going in, were you ever worried about your internet not working? Did that scare you?
Man, 100%. Because, man, everybody, I don't give a damn how rich you are, how powerful you are. No one has internet. Like, if a storm or something happens around your way, you never know. And I knew in my mind, I was like, it's going to be hundreds of thousands of people watching this. And I'm just hoping that nothing happens to my internet as well. So, yeah, that's something that just happens. You can't control that sometimes.
Now, when the internet went down on Nelly, what was going through your mind? Like, better you than me, or shit? That's fucked up.
No, absolutely not. Everything that was going through my mind was I was like, please let this man's internet work because I knew we had a stage. I knew we had people that was there for a show, and I was trying to give them the show that they were there to see. And I was hoping and praying that, and this was a lot of anticipation, not only from the fans, but from us too. Like, this is something we wanted to do. So everything that was going on in my mind is internet, please work. Please hurry up and work.
So now you play a record, you premiere a record, right? And now that record has a reference to R. Kelly in it. Did you know that it was gonna create that much of a backlash?
Well, see, that record got leaked, like you said, and that was only one part of it. Now, if you listen to the entire rest of the record, and I'm name dropping a lot of different people, but it's all in creating a conversation, and it all is to make you think. That's what good art is always supposed to do. So when it wasn't just about that particular name, it's just me being vulnerable, being completely candid, being honest, and also talking about things that are popular culture that I know are on everyone's mind. But at the same time, being an MC, being a lyricist, and making people think and have conversation through the art. So that basically, I wasn't stuck on just that one thing because I knew the record had a lot of gems and a lot of messages and a whole lot of stuff going on.
For me, I agree. Nobody's just gonna leave R. Kelly around there. Girls, like, I'm not doing that shit. Like, me and you on the same page. I'm not doing that shit. So I mean, why do you think that? Well, I know why they're going so hard with canceling him. Do you think that they should actually let him out because of the coronavirus, or should he stay?
Man, I don't think that's for me to. That's not for me to answer. That's for all parties involved. Whatever's going on at that facility, that's things that we don't know. So I'm not going to speak from that standpoint of not understanding, my brother. That's something I can't speak on, Scoop.
Fatman Scoop.